From KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And with that, we welcome you into the Tuesday GMSA at 9.
Yeah, happy Tuesday, everyone. We hope all the kids that started yesterday, we hope they had a very good day back at school. I know your kids had a good day.
One down. I told them 9 more months till summer break. They didn't laugh. They didn't laugh.
I was like, you actually told them that?
No, yeah, I did in the car yesterday. It's, oh, Dad,
no.
okay.
And you were telling me also that it was very quiet. Your cell phone was quiet all day long.
Literally, I had to check to see if it still worked because of the new, ban on cell phones in schools. I did not hear, and I've got twins, and I didn't hear much. I didn't hear at all from them, which is not a terrible thing.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, just kind of something new for the school year this year, which we'll talk about in just a little bit.
Yeah, an adjustment for a lot of high school kiddos out there. But again, welcome to all the students going back to school, all the teachers going back to school this week, and that will continue. I know the first day of school for Floresville ISD today. Tomorrow we have
few
more
others.
schools. Yeah,
ISD. So we continue on with this staggered. We'll take you outside the live cam and show you what it looks like outside because it feels like kind of similar scene from yesterday. Heat to be sure, but keeping it interesting with some rain chances as well.
No doubt about it. We actually have a couple of things we're going to update here in the forecast. Something over the weekend that we got to keep an eye on, and we got Tropical Storm Erin out in the Atlantic. We've got the Perseid meteor shower going on. And some rain chances today and tomorrow, so a lot to get to. Let's get right to it. Here is the satellite and radar here across the state of Texas. So a couple things to point out here. You've got some showers and storms up across North Texas. Those are dying down. But you see that little line of clouds there between Waco and Killeen? That's an outflow boundary, and it's sinking south towards our area. That could help with some rain chances today, depending on where it ends up. Now, it's slowing down a little bit, certainly weak, but a lot of times these can just, give us a little bit of extra lift. And when that happens, we can see some showers and storms. Right now, you can kind of make it out there. It's just north of Junction, and it will settle down into the hill country here over the next couple of hours. So our forecast today, 90 at noontime, 96 at 2 o'clock. I bumped the rain chances up to 30% this afternoon to account for that outflow boundary. And just looking at the latest computer models, I feel pretty good about that. High temperature, though, will still be around 99. We can't avoid the heat, but hopefully you can get a cooling shower where you are. Outside right now, we've got 83, so we're already on our way up. And look at the feels like 90. Feels like 90 at this hour. That's the same story there in Converse. And the other thing, as I mentioned, we'll be watching what's coming up from the Gulf as we get into the weekend. I'll explain more about that coming up in just a couple of minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Let's look out there with the TransGuide cameras really quick. I-35 at Eisenhower, good news there. Things are moving. We had a huge backup on Highway 90 earlier, but here at I-37 at South Cross, things are looking good, and also at Loop 410 and Exchange Parkway.
All right, finally, after 3 years, Uvalde CISD has released records from the Robb Elementary shooting.
Well, 19 students and 2 teachers were killed in 2022 when a gunman opened fire. Since then, questions have remained about the shooter and the school police officer training.
So this morning, after a court fight, we have new information about the gunman's past, Salvador Ramos. We now know that he had at least 22 disciplinary incidents between middle school and high school. That slowed down his sophomore year when he stopped going to school on a regular basis. According to the records, he withdrew in October 2021, several months before the shooting because of poor academic performance. He was getting in trouble for fights with teachers using homophobic slurs and issues with other students. Now, we were not able to learn much about his health information because that portion is redacted. That means we don't know if there were issues with mental health.
Well, we also got to look at the Uvalde School District Police Department's plan for operations, though much of it is redacted as well. We did get to see there was previous active shooter training at Uvalde High School in March of 2022, just months before the deadly shooting at Robb Elementary. Now, moments ago, we received documents and records from Uvalde County. Our investigative team is just now starting to pour through those, so we will update you on what those contain on air and online.
Meanwhile, Kendall County commissioners are set to meet this morning, and on their agenda are items pertaining to the Hill Country floods,
including discussing revision to the flood damage prevention order. Plus, they will be working on a letter requesting assistance from the USDA Emergency Watershed Protection.
So Kerr County is facing a multi-million-dollar budget gap after the July 4th floods.
However, Kerr County Judge Rob Kelly's proposed budget would keep the tax rate flat this year. The county would, however, tap into $11 million from different funds that will help cover flood damage without a tax hike, at least for now. So Judge Kelly says this is a short-term fix, and some revenue sources will not be available next year, like the FEMA funds that are also going towards repairs.
$11 million translates into right at 17 cents, I think, on the tax rate.
Well, Kerr County commissioners will discuss the budget again on Wednesday. They are expected to vote on it in 2 weeks. So if you are in Kerr County and you don't have a car, one organization can help. So Kerr Connect is offering free rides for flood-impacted victims from Friday into the last day of 2025. So rides will be available for grocery trips, for work, for volunteering, and also doctor's visits.
Some things you should know, though, before you go. Kerr Connect is not available on weekends, and you cannot go to or from places like Fredericksburg, Comfort, or here in San Antonio. You can learn more about how to book a ride on our website. Just go to KSAT.com.
And we would also like to remind you that next week on August 18th, the Together for Texas concert is happening, and it's going to be at the Tobin Center.
All proceeds will go to local flood relief efforts. The tickets start at $35. You can catch the concert live on KSAT 12 and on KSAT Plus.
Well, later today, yet another San Antonio school district will look at joining the growing list of banning cell phones in Texas classrooms. The Northside ISD School Board will consider the ban in accordance with the new Texas law, and Governor Greg Abbott signed House Bill 1481 into law during early August. Now, according to the Texas Education Agency, the new law requires all school systems to adopt and implement a policy prohibiting the use of personal communication devices by students on school property during the school day. Northside ISD says it has no finalized policy in place at this time, but it should have it in place soon. The board meets tonight and set for 6 p.m.
Thousands of people here in San Antonio rent their homes, and it's important to know your rights. So happening today, the city is working with the Neighborhood and Housing Services Department and the Fair Housing Council of Texas to hold a renters' rights information session. People can learn more about eviction, repairs, fair housing, and other issues. The session starts at 5:30 at Walker Ranch Senior Center.
All right, here's today's 9 at 9. President Donald Trump deploying 800 National Guard troops to Washington, D.C. to help fight crime. He says it's a historic move to take back the city. But D.C.'s mayor disagrees, saying crime is actually down, with violent crime at a 30-year low. Critics call it an unnecessary show of force, and protesters have taken to the streets to voice their opposition. Now, President Trump says this could be a blueprint for other cities like Chicago and Baltimore.
3 people are dead, including a child, after a shooting at a Target store in Austin. Police say the 32-year-old suspect stole a car and took off after shooting the victims in the parking lot. He was later caught after a brief chase with police. The suspect has a criminal history and a mental health history, but it is not clear what led to the shooting.
Well, overnight, the death toll rose to 2 after a massive explosion at the U.S. Clairton Coke plant south of Pittsburgh. Authorities have been searching the rubble for hours, with at least 10 workers injured. Now, neighbors say the blast shook their homes. Air quality advisories have been lifted, but experts warn people with asthma and children should still be careful.
The U.S. and China are pushing back today's self-imposed deadline for reaching a trade deal. They say current tariff amounts can remain in place for another 90 days as negotiations continue. An executive order President Trump issued last night keeps the U.S. rate for Chinese imports at 30%. That's opposed to letting it rise to 54%, as specified in a previous order.
Fighting championship media rights for $7.7 billion. UFC's 13 marquee events and 30 fight nights will start streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus beginning next year. A select number of events will be simulcast on CBS, Paramount's leading broadcast network.
There's been some recent concern about coffee and contaminants, so the nonprofit Clean Label Project looked into that. A certified lab conducted thousands of tests looking for pesticides, heavy metals, mycotoxins, and plasticizer found in consumer products. The investigation did find some contaminants present in coffee, but at minimal levels. The study concludes that caffeinated coffee is one of the cleanest product categories ever tested, generally clean of contaminants and toxins.
Well, Target's favorite day bakery frosted sugar cookies in 10 count 13.5-ounce packages have been recalled. So the voluntary notice to recall more than 800 cases of the cookies was issued by Give and Go Prepared Food Corporation on July 22nd. So the FDA says the recall issue is over the potential for foreign material contamination, said to be wood.
Okay. AOL, once the biggest name in internet service connectivity, is ditching dial-up. The internet service is a vestige of the early days of the World Wide Web. You may remember in the 1990s, the familiar, unmistakable, annoying sound of dial-up connection was the signature tone of getting online. AOL will stop offering it on September 30th.
Oh no.
I know. I know.
Well, Taylor Swift has announced her new album titled The Life of a Showgirl. So Swift released the news as part of a sneak peek for her upcoming appearance on New Heights podcast posted by Travis Kelce and his brother Jason. No word on when it will come out.
Obviously, she's dating
Yes.
Travis Kelce,
Yes.
Kansas City Chiefs player, and so made some big news last night.
Yeah, cute couple.
They're hanging in there, doing their thing. So we'll see the NFL season coming up as well. So new album out, so they're doing all right right now.
Football fans will be watching and Swifties will be watching.
Exactly. So at the same time in some cases.
Yes.
All right, 9:09 right now. It is 83 degrees outside and still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Well, after the break, students at Floresville ISD are starting the new school year today. And it comes with some changes, though. What their superintendent had to say about their new hybrid schedule. Oh, welcome back. It's 9:12 and 4,000 students are heading back to the classroom at Floresville ISD today.
They should be tucked in their classrooms right now, but they have a new hybrid schedule to look forward to in a little while. Over the summer, the district approved a 4-day hybrid school schedule. So this is how it works. Class will go on as normal right now, Monday through Friday, until October 10th. Then students and teachers will have Fridays off until winter break. When they come back in January, they'll go back to the Monday through Friday until spring break and then finish out the year with those 3-day weekends once again. Superintendent Dr. Jason Gilstrap says that he's excited to see how everyone in the district will react to it.
I'm really excited about that. We're not going to see the fruits of that right away, but I'm anxious to see how our students and how our families support that, and more importantly, how our staff supports it.
So the district says on those 4-day school weeks, childcare will be provided for students pre-K through 5th grade on Fridays.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have that childcare.
That will be very nice, yeah.
Well, and now to the west of San Antonio, to a school district that's been getting our kids ready for their future for 75 years.
Yeah, so we're talking about Edgewood ISD, currently serving more than 10,000 kids in 18 different schools and programs.
So our Patty Santos was out there this morning with a look at the district's famous history.
Hey there, good morning, guys. You know, I've been talking to the principal, Martha Esquivel, here about some of the famous people that have come through Edgewood ISD. You were naming a few.
So we know that Gloria Stefan was an alumni from Winston Elementary. So we had the pleasure of meeting her a couple of years ago.
That's very exciting. And so for all of the alumni out there, Edgewood ISD, shout out. You guys are planning a big year for the 75-year anniversary.
So as we celebrate our 75th anniversary here as an Edgewood ISD, it's very exciting to say that if you go onto our website under Legacy, leave your legacy there, you know, so anyone who is affiliated with our district, past alumni, graduates, employees, right, families who have been part of a community, share your story with us, right? So as we reflect on the history, we also want to reflect on the future, right? And focus on our student success as we start this school year.
And I was reading a little bit because they have this on the website really quickly. It was officially started in the 1950s, but it actually goes back to the early 20th century when this part of the community was on the edge of the woods. I always find that so interesting. And of course, we have all the information. We have the link to the Edgewood ISD website where you can find all of the upcoming events that are coming in this year.
And thank you to Patty Santos, and good luck to everybody on their first day of school.
Here's to another 75 years. Okay. Here's to another 75 years of SA Live as well. I don't know. I don't know if Jen will be around in 75 years, but nonetheless.
No, it won't.
Okay.
I mean, not here anyway. But yeah, so today we're talking music. It's actually, well, there's two of those national holidays that I like because I'm a middle child. So it's National Middle Child Day today, but you know, I'm just going to throw that in there because I never got the attention. And it's also National Vinyl Record Day. So that's our question today that we're going with. So what is your go-to record, album, something that you just love listening to? You guys got one?
Ladies first, go ahead.
I have a couple. I have the Depeche Mode 101 live. Is there like two, well, there were two cassettes, two CDs back in the day.
I love it, the cassettes.
Yeah, but it was a live performance, and I mean, it brings back a lot of memories because my mom also took me to see the movie. It was like a documentary that was released.
Wow.
Super cool.
Many years ago.
It's a good choice.
So, small town, of course, I grew up in Victoria. My grandparents had a record shop, and so my parents had a collection of vinyls. And the only reason, the two records that I played the most, Saturday Night Fever, the soundtrack with the Bee Gees, and Three Dog Night is one of my favorite bands. And I'm aging myself for sure, but they had an album called Golden Biscuits back in the day. Joy to the World and those kind of famous songs from back in the day. Sure. So those are two albums that come to mind.
Solid. Mine's Appetite for Destruction, Guns
N' Roses.
There you go. Good choice.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good one. I had that tape as well.
Nice. And we're actually going to take you inside Del Bravo Record Shop today on SA Live. Okay. So it's still a place. By the way, they do. They're always looking for vinyl and cassettes. So if you have some that you want to sell to them, just saying.
I do have some at home.
Yeah, I do as well.
Thank you.
There you go. Tune into SA Live for all the info. I'll see you guys in a bit.
All right. See you in a minute.
Yeah, they're tucked away somewhere deep, but I know I have boxes of cassette tapes. And
Yes.
I found one the other day. It was Huey Lewis in the News. Weird.
Yes.
That's a throwback.
Sorry.
Sports or
I digress.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the situation here across the state of Texas. We've got some showers and storms up there across North Texas, and I pointed this out off the top of the show, but there's a little outflow boundary right there. It's not, super strong. Think of these as like a very weak front, but sometimes they can help to stir up some showers and storms, and I think that is going to be a possibility for us as we get into the afternoon. That combined with the heating of the day, we got a little upper level energy, so you got the ingredients there to at least get some spotty downpours. And a little closer look here at that outflow. It's traveling south, should be into the hill country a little bit later this morning, and eventually, in theory, working its way down towards San Antonio. So here's the futurecast, and this is newly updated model data just coming in as we speak. And it does show some spotty downpours showing up maybe along that outflow boundary around 4 o'clock, and then some of that sinking south towards San Antonio by 6, and then dying down some as we head towards the 9 and 10 o'clock hour, which makes sense. Once we lose the daytime heating, you lose the energy. But as we get into tomorrow, here we go again. More spotty showers and pop-up downpours. This is around 4 o'clock tomorrow, and then even around 6 p.m. Still seeing some activity on your Wednesday. So a couple days here where we'll have some opportunities, hopefully to get some rain in your backyard. I know there are still spots here across South Texas that do desperately need some rain. 83 right now in San Antonio. It's 81 Hondo, 83 in Carrizo Springs. Feels like 88 though. And we've had heat indices closing in on 90 in a lot of spots. So we know it's going to be another scorcher of a day, despite the fact we have the clouds and that chance for rain. You're still going to get heat index values up around 102, 104 in Gonzales, 101 Pleasant, and 105 in Carrizo Springs. So we don't really get much relief from the heat, but hopefully if you do get a cooling shower where you are, it brings temperatures down a little bit. 90 at noontime, and then 96 at 2 p.m., 99 at 4 o'clock. There's your high with that 30% chance of rain. And we bump it up to 30% chance roughly at about 3, and we'll keep it at that range through about 7 o'clock. So that's your window in which you could see some of that activity. All right, let's talk about the upper level pattern here. It's kind of interesting. We have two ridges of high pressure. We're kind of flanked by that. We're in the middle where it's kind of no man's land, and that's why we've got some rain chances there. Nothing to kind of suppress our rain chances. But by Thursday, heat high moves a little closer. That takes our rain chances down. But there's a little wave down here in the Caribbean that actually makes a run into the Gulf Friday morning. Now, Hurricane Center has not flagged this, and I don't think there's a lot of room for development here, but I can't completely rule it out. Now, for us, our purposes, it would actually be better if it does not develop into anything. We want it to kind of spread the wealth a little bit, so to speak. But if it just stays a tropical wave and works up the west side of this ridge, it could bring us some moisture on Saturday. So I did up the rain chances on Saturday to account for that. We could get some more tropical downpours. And real quick, I need to mention this. The Perseid meteor shower peaks, well, this is not the right time frame, but it peaks tomorrow morning. Best time is midnight to dawn. Ideal viewing is away from city lights. And you can see up to 50 to 100 meteors possible if you check that out. Now, the problem is the moon's kind of bright right now, so you got to put your back to the moon if you want to try to see it, and you got to get up kind of early. But it's always cool to see. We have them every year. 30% chance today, tomorrow, 20% chance Thursday, and then right now on Saturday, 30% chance, but that could change depending on how that little wave evolves.
Gotcha. But you will be up for...
I'll be here. I'll be at work.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, maybe we'll go out there tomorrow morning and take a look.
Yes, we should. Well, we're kind of in downtown.
Well, there's a lot of
so
light here.
it'll be
Okay.
kinda hard, but
Well, hopefully you get to see something.
hopefully.
We'll see. Thank you, sir. All right. More to come here on GMSA at 9. Don't go away.
Well, welcome back. It's 9:25, and Ford is planning to roll out a new and more affordable electric pickup truck. So it would be a midsize with a sticker price around $30,000. That's at least $20,000 cheaper than similar EV trucks on the market. So Ford is hoping to have it ready within 18 months.
A new study says smartwatches are not very good at tracking your stress. Researchers had 800 people compare their stress readings with what they actually reported feeling 4 times a day for 3 months. The result, little, if any, agreement between the two.
So according to new research, fast walking could be the key to living longer. So the newly published study involved tens of thousands of participants. Analysis of the data showed that study participants who fast walked for at least 15 minutes every day over the span of 16 years saw a nearly 20% reduction in premature death. So how do you know if you are walking fast enough? Well, experts say you should be able to talk but not sing.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's interesting.
Do you ever sing when you're running?
I mean, if I know
walking.
if I know people are not around.
Oh, very good.
Sometimes.
Okay, I'll have to remember that the next time I do that. All right, 9:26 right now, 83 degrees, and there's still more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Well, dementia affects more than 6 million Americans, and as cases continue to rise, a new study is revealing that many cases can be preventable. What was found and how it can help those in the early stage. Oh, welcome back. It is 9:30, and 2 leaders of San Antonio's Neighborhood and Housing Services Department used a company under contract with the city for personal home improvement projects.
So as KSAT Investigates learned, one of those managers got a huge discount on the work.
Last summer, San Antonio's Office of Municipal Integrity was tipped off that 2 leaders from the city's Neighborhood and Housing Services Department used ProMasters remodeling to fix up their homes. A subsequent investigation found Special Projects Manager Johanna Cias, seen in her LinkedIn profile, paid ProMasters and 2 of its subcontractors over $25,000 to build this 480 square foot detached carport. KSAT could find no record that this job was done at a discount. Affordable Housing Administrator Ann Eaton, also seen here in her LinkedIn profile, paid ProMasters more than $16,000 for foundation work at her Southeast Side residence. Engineering reports showed the work should have cost close to $28,000, meaning Eaton enjoyed a more than 40% discount on the deal. Eaton went from reviewing and approving work to be done by ProMasters to being a client of ProMasters.
It sounds like somebody was receiving some type of kickback in exchange for something monetary or probably even the access to a contractor to them.
Invoices obtained by KSAT Investigate show from 2019 through this June, NHSD has made well over $14 million in construction payments to ProMasters remodeling. Officials with the company did not respond when we left requests for comment at multiple addresses associated with the business.
OMI completed its investigation of both women in October and concluded that no rules violations occurred. NHSD had no guidelines banning this type of behavior, but have since implemented a policy prohibiting its employees from hiring program contractors for personal use.
I find that astonishing, and I also find that as being a little deceptive to the community.
Dylan Collier reporting there, and Dylan is here with us for a little extra on this with KSAT Investigates. So what are these managers and the housing department saying about these discoveries?
Not a lot. Cias and Eaton did not provide statements to KSAT about their actions and this investigation. Eaton resigned while under this probe and has since been hired by the city of Austin. NHSD Director Veronica Garcia declined an interview request. City officials said she was not available for any kind of sit-down interview.
So I was surprised, but are you surprised that the department didn't have a program in place about using program contractors for personal work?
I'm extremely surprised by that, Stephanie. This is a construction company that has been paid a lot of money by the city. As you saw, more than $14 million since 2019. The same people approving contracts for that work should not benefit personally. That's something that you see at departments across the country. And yeah, quite shocking, honestly, that NHSD did not have a policy like this in place before this was brought to light.
I think a lot of us were surprised when we heard this for the very first time. And so, thank you as always, Dylan. Appreciate that. Of course, much more coming up tonight. KSAT investigates on the night beat. You can see, again, all of Dylan's reporting on all of that, again, tonight at 10 o'clock.
I can't think of two better reasons to take a strategic pause on this until we have all of the data and can really lay out for our community the costs, the benefits of not only the potential new Spurs arena, but this overall endeavor.
Well, San Antonio Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones isn't backing down. In fact, she's doubling down on her call for another review into Project Marvel. So that's what she focused on in a surprise press conference at City Hall yesterday.
Now, so this comes after last week she asked for a strategic pause into the negotiations about the Spurs arena. So here's the thing. Most city council members want to keep negotiations going on with the Spurs. The city manager told the mayor and the council that he will keep talking with the Spurs while also looking into another economic study to help get estimates for the overall cost of the arena and how much the city would contribute. The mayor has been pushing for specifics on those details before continuing forward. The Spurs are asking for around $490 million, and they are putting in another $500 million and asking for Bexar County voters to approve an additional $311 million. The next date to watch is August 21st for a potential term sheet from the city.
In other news, last night, Alamo Heights City Council passed what's called a special use permit, or an SUP, so that a private dining club can expand in a residential area. So Alamo Heights has been working to expand the Argyle for more than 3 years now. The Texas Biomedical Research Institute owns the club, and people who live next door are worried that the construction could hurt public safety by bringing in more traffic.
The aim of this SUP is to ensure that the proposed use does not disrupt the neighborhood's character or quality of life. It's really important that we don't mess up this neighborhood.
Well, another concern with the vote is that 3 of the 5 city council members are members of the Argyle, including the mayor. Alamo Heights City Council voted 4-1 to approve the SUP.
All right, 9:36, back outside to show you live cam on this Tuesday. Plenty of heat remains, but again, some things to be mindful of in the weather department, Justin.
Yeah, there's some hope for some rain today and tomorrow, and maybe a little bit down the line too. So at least we're not going to be, dealing with super drought conditions over the next week or so. There will be some chances there. Before we jump into the forecast, so we got to show some more back to school pictures because it's back to school. This little one, first day of 2nd grade, he looks very excited. Got the new kicks on. I like it. Good luck to you, sir, as you head back to 2nd grade today. And to all the kids who are headed back to school over the next several days. All right, pollen count is in. Molds are low at 340. They're up a little bit from yesterday, but this is not a problem. Molds have been really behaving themselves as of late. But if we do get some rain, that could change a little bit. High temperatures today, 99 here in San Antonio. There will be plenty of triple digits down to the south and west. Heat index, of course, will jump over 100. The question is, will we get some rain to help cool these temperatures down at some point today? And I think that is possible. We'll look at the computer models once again for you coming up in just a couple minutes.
Thanks, Justin. Let's look out there with TransGuide. Looking at the screen, I-37 at Jones Avenue is not too bad there. Loop 410 at Jackson Keller. That looked like there was something there. So just to let you know, at Loop 410 at Bandera Road eastbound, there was a report of a crash there. So be aware of that. That happened just a little while ago. And also, not on your screen, but also a report off of I-10 and 1604 westbound. But right there, I-35 New Braunfels Avenue, looking good. And it is the first of its kind here in San Antonio, a free Narcan dispenser. So the medication helps reverse opioid poisoning or overdose and has saved countless lives.
Yeah, but it isn't always easy to find. Our Courtney Friedman spoke to a mother who lost her son to fentanyl poisoning and has made safety like this her mission.
He loved life itself. Very outgoing person, very passionate about playing guitars. He loved family.
Jai Roderick was just 23 years old when he lost his life to fentanyl poisoning 2 years ago.
He did make the decision to take a Xanax, in which it wasn't Xanax, it was fentanyl.
Jai's mom, Crystal Plaisance, soon joined a group of moms called the Angel Moms, who had lost their children in the same way. Their nonprofit, called Souls Walking for Souls, educates families about fentanyl.
It's everywhere, it's in everything, and nobody talks about it because it's like just a stigma, like not my kid. My kid would never do that, but it's anybody's kid.
That's why they also educate about Narcan, the medication that reverses an overdose or poisoning. The moms just installed San Antonio's first ever free Narcan dispenser at the San Antonio Recovery Center on San Pedro.
Each of the dispensers comes with directions at the bottom, the signs of fentanyl poisoning, directions for using Narcan, and then of course, the dispenser itself holds up to 100 boxes of Narcan you can take and use for free and then take off.
We chose this background because he loved nature.
More dispensers will soon be placed around town, each featuring a different Angel Mom's loved one. This one has only been here a month, and Crystal has already refilled it.
Just a month ago and it already ran out?
Yes.
Wow. Well, that tells you it's working.
Yes. So I do believe that it is saving lives, and we just got to keep on educating and spreading the word.
Creating true change in Jai's honor. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Well, any families in Texas who have lost loved ones to fentanyl poisoning can contact Souls Walking for Souls to have a Narcan dispenser dedicated to their child.
You can also help fund the project by donating to the organization through its website and going to their annual walk. The next one is happening on October 12th. Meanwhile, dementia affects more than 6 million Americans and leads to loss of memory, language, problem solving, and other cognitive abilities. And it accounts for more than 100,000 deaths a year, according to the National Institutes of Health.
While new dementia cases are expected to continue rising, recent research suggests that many cases of dementia are preventable after being put into a structured program, which included regular exercise, a Mediterranean diet rich in plant-based foods and healthy fats, brain training, socialization, and health monitoring. So experts saw that these changes reduced the overall likelihood that the participants would develop dementia.
Lifestyle changes in people who have already been diagnosed with cognitive impairment may be able to improve symptoms by implementing these habits.
The time now 9:41, and we're at 83 degrees for now. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Still more to come, and after the break, we'll get a look at some upcoming events around the city with Live from the South Side.
So April's joining us again. She's live from the South Side, a partnership that we have with us here at KSAT 12, and she's going to talk to us about some pretty cool events that are happening. So let's start first of all with this signing event with an up-and-coming author.
Yes, so shout out to Miss Gabriela Ibarra. She created Girls Are Unstoppable, and it's a bilingual coloring book. She will be there to sign her book. You can purchase it at Brewster's Backyard Ice House.
Okay.
That is on August 16th, and it's from 2:30 to 5 p.m. It's family friendly, so come on out, get a book, be inspired, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I was doing some reading on Gabriela, and she's from the West Side, right?
Yes.
I think spent part of her time there, but it seems like she's also kind of expanded to other parts of the country as well. So this is going to be pretty cool.
You have to follow her on social media.
Oh,
She's
okay.
a good cook.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Even more reason to.
Yes.
There we go. All right. So we will definitely make sure to mark that on our calendar. Also, April's telling us about this right here, Fight Like a Girl. This is a pretty cool thing. Definitely caught my attention. So tell us a little bit about this.
So Fight Like a Girl is partnered with YMCA and DMP Boxing, and they are trying to basically get our girls ready to protect themselves. So you can come on out. The YMCA is going to provide the space, and it is by Coach Juan Cardona.
Okay.
And he is a USA boxing
Nice.
certified coach, police officer, and owner of Cardona's boxing gym. So come on out and fight like a girl.
Yeah, very cool. So a little bit of self-defense,
Yes,
maybe,
that's
and
exactly what
also,
it is.
I mean, hey, boxing's a good workout too. That'll definitely make you sweat.
It
for sure.
is.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
The pretty cool event there taking place, and that is going to be August 14th.
Correct.
So yeah, that's right around the corner here as well. You
We'll
gonna
see
go
you
get
at the
your
events.
boxing on here in just a
My
little bit?
gloves are in the car.
Ah, nice. All right.
Thank you to RJ.
All
And
right.
April.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and let's get Flamingo Cam out at the zoo.
Where'd they go?
Cloud cover.
Yeah.
They're so still. Did it freeze?
I'd say it's frozen. Okay.
I'm not crazy. I was like, wow, that bird's not even flapping his
Yeah,
wings.
seriously, they're very still.
He was in mid-flap.
They're playing freeze tag.
Right.
Anyway.
Definitely
Yes.
not cold at the zoo this morning.
It is not. It is going to be very warm today, but we're going to start, guys, with the tropics because we've got a new tropical storm, Erin. You know, we talked about this yesterday. It just become a tropical storm when we came on air. And we can see it very nicely now. You know, what's interesting about it is right now, it's got a very nice swirl and a very nice look to it, but not a lot of thunderstorms over the center. Now, that will change. It is moving into an area where it's got warm waters, it's got all the fuel it needs, and we do think that this will strengthen and become the first hurricane of the season, at least Atlantic hurricane. This is the 10 a.m. update, so this is fairly new. Winds are at 45 miles per hour. It's moving west at 23. And again, it's got a pretty nice structure to it. So with that in mind, here's what we're thinking as far as further development. So probably becoming a Cat 1 storm as early as late Thursday into Friday. And then eventually this could become a major hurricane by Sunday morning. Now here's the good news. Just based on the track, and it should start to turn a little bit, this should miss some of the islands. Now, Puerto Rico and some of the Virgin Islands are still technically included in that forecast cone. So we shall see. Those folks there still want to be very cautious about this. But it does appear that this will turn and stay out over the open ocean. I would say if you're on the East Coast, let's watch it too. But I think the threat for it affecting us here is pretty much gone away. And that, again, with a major hurricane, we don't want anything to do with that. Outside right now, just a couple clouds there in the background. 83 degrees, 82 in New Braunfels, 83 Converse, 81 Bernie, 82 right now in Stinson. And I've been noticing everything's just turning brown. We need some rain here in San Antonio. We are still very much in a drought. And we'll get that chance today. About a 20% chance at 2 o'clock. We bump it up to a 30% chance between 3 and 7 o'clock. High temperatures still very hot. As long as there's not rain where that reporting site is, you're going to get temperatures into the upper 90s later today. 99 is what we're calling for here in San Antonio. All right, let's look at the futurecast here. This is 4 o'clock. Shows pretty good scattering of showers, widely scattered during the late afternoon hours, and then maybe a bit more coverage as we get into the evening hours. This is around 6 o'clock. And then most of this will start to die down by 10 p.m. Then, as we get into Wednesday, we'll do this all again. There's probably still going to be some floating boundaries around, and those can help to stir up showers and storms. It's hard to say exactly when and where, other than to say that 2 to 8 time frame is your best chance. And if you're lucky enough to get one of these showers, well, you may pick up a 1/10 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch of rain, which absolutely we will take here in San Antonio. That's today and tomorrow. Thursday and Friday, I think rain chances are going to be down a little bit. And then Saturday, as we've been talking about, right now, 30% chance. This all hinges on what's going on out in the Gulf. So spotty downpours, 2 to 8 p.m., brief heavy rain. I'd say gusty winds are going to be your main threat with any of the storms that develop today, but we are not expecting severe weather. So let's talk a little bit about the weekend. We've got high pressure on either side of us. These kind of join forces, more or less, as we get later into the week. And that's why Thursday and Friday rain chances come down a little bit. But there's a little wave that comes into the Gulf Friday morning, and while the chances are low, it's not going to have a lot of time to develop. Can't completely rule that out. But I think for us, though, if we could just get some of that moisture to feed up in here, that would be great, and that's why we would bring rain chances up a little bit on Saturday. So I'm going to skip right on to the extended forecast here. 99 today, 98 Wednesday, 30% chance rain both days, and then again this weekend we'll watch Saturday. And then it looks like it'll be fairly hot Sunday and Monday.
Hot Sunday.
Very good.
Justin surprising us earlier with 1987 Guns N' Roses album.
Appetite for Destruction, man.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Talking music and other things on SA Live coming up in about 8 minutes. Jen, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I love hearing what you guys love in the records. I'm still thinking about my favorite. But hey, we are also bouncing into the newest pickleball club in San Antonio, and that is where Jada Pickett is at right now. Jada, where are you?
Yes, Jen, I have a new sweet spot for you. And listen, pickleball is the fastest growing sport for the past 5 years. And I'm here at a new indoor pickleball space, and it is called Dill Dinkers, because what better way to play pickleball in hot San Antonio than in the cool air conditioning? Hello. Oh, well, when we come back, I'm gonna get my skills and put my skills to the test. Jen is going crazy over here. Can't wait to see you soon. I'm tossing it back now.
Okay, Jada, we are having a blast just watching you. Okay, maybe that will build up your appetite, and then you can go have a delicious burger in Southtown, because we saw these burgers. They went viral online. We said, we got to go find the chef, John Paul Suarez, and you know what? He cooked up some deliciousness for us, and we are going to share all the details and, of course, do some taste testing, too. And for dessert, how about some Japanese souffle pancakes? The fluffiest you'll find in the Alamo City, and this food truck is all about them. Yep, we learned how to make them, and they are so good. We're going to tell you where you can find that food truck. And as I mentioned earlier, it's National Vinyl Record Day, so we are taking you inside this West Side gem, Del Bravo Record Shop. Yep, she's having a blast there. It's a family-owned spot, and they have vinyl, they have cassettes, they have record players. I bought my dad a record player from this place. It is a go-to spot. They've been spinning since 1966. We're going to take you inside, and that leads to our question today. What is your favorite record or album? And let us know. Just scan the QR code right there, and we will share those answers a little later. I'm still thinking about mine. Weigh in, and we'll share those later on SA Live. We'll see you in a bit.
The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have extended their contract with Netflix. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have worked with the streaming company since 2020 through their company Arshwell Productions. Their collaborations include Harry and Meghan and With Love Meghan, among others. The couple will work on several documentaries as part of the multi-year deal. Chance the Rapper is going on tour. This comes after his announcement of his Starline album, set to be released on August 15th. Pre-sales for the And We Back tour begin today, with general ticket sales beginning on Friday. Chance the Rapper will visit 15 North American cities on the tour, which kicks off in Houston on September 26. Lily James plays the founder of the dating app Bumble in a new Hulu original, Swiped. Inspired by the life of Whitney Wolf, the film follows her journey as she breaks into the tech industry as a young woman, allowing her to later become the youngest self-made woman billionaire. The film will be available to stream on Hulu starting September 19th. Disney is the parent company of Hulu and ABC News. And Oscar-winning actor Casey Affleck turns 50 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
You're right. Well, back to school season. That also means back to those Friday night lights, and us here at KSAT. We are gearing up for the 2025 KSAT Pigskin Classic. So this year, Sotomayor takes on Clark High School, and it's all going down on August 28th at Ferris Stadium. That's on the northwest side of town. So kickoff is set for 7 that night.
So this will be Thursday night lights. We hope that you can join us there to watch the action in person. If you can't, we've got you covered on KSAT, KSAT Plus, KSAT.com, and our BGC app, big game coverage. Don't miss the fun before the game, too. The KSAT Sports team will be live with KSAT Game Day starting at 6:30 p.m., so don't miss it.
Fingers crossed there'll be some kind of cloud cover or something for everybody out there.
That will be nice.
Or shade.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Cold front? Oh.
Yeah. Snow.
You wish.
I do.
Hey, looking out with TransGuide, things are moving right now. There's a look at I-35 South at Loop 410.
And you can see there's full sun out there. We don't have any showers or storms going right now, but I do think we'll get some going later today. So 30% chance today, tomorrow. High temperatures in the upper 90s, probably right at about 100 on Thursday. Saturday is another day to watch with a 30% chance of rain there, but no cold front.
No
Sorry,
problem.
guys.
That's okay. We will wait patiently
Will we be patient?
I mean, we have to.
Some people will be more patient than others, I should
This
say.
is true.
Time for me to stop talking. Okay, the mouse is not working as well, so let's send it on to SA Live. Have a great day.
Celebrating San Antonio with the city's #1 lifestyle and variety show.